Greetings. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. We're glad to have you. Well, I'm glad to have you. All right, so today we're diving straight in. How can you maximize your online growth and potentially escape the 9 to 5 grind? Imagine acquiring the skills to generate passive income without spending money on marketing or relying on friends and family. Sounds good, right? Let's explore how you can make this a reality. Okay, so before we get into the strategies, let me share a little bit about myself. I come from an extensive background in education, but as of June 2024, my position was cut. So I like to say I'm gainfully unemployed, but you know what? Everything happens the way it's supposed to. So I'm embracing this new chapter. All right, so I have a little story time. Okay, so it's been a few seasons back now, but it all started. My mom had asked me, did I want to go to the seafood festival? And I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's check it out. Because neither one of us had ever attended. So we go to the seafood festival. We check it out. There's lots of people there, lots of vendors there, vending and businesses there. So this is where I meet my chiropractor, my future chiropractor to be. So I see a sign that says free massage. So I was like, oh yeah, I want a free massage. So I get the free massage. And then also my chiropractor, he was also offering this very inexpensive full body x-ray exam. So I got the massage though. And so I'm getting the massage and the chiropractor is like, um, oh, I'm going to stop because I don't want you to be sore. He said he did discover something, but of course you need x-rays to see these things. So um, I made an appointment. And so this seafood festival was happening over the weekend. So the next business day, I was at the chiropractor's office because I was like, okay, I want to see about myself, even though I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be nothing or it'll be minor. I'm still going to go check on myself. So I'm there at the chiropractor's office now and I take the x rays. The doctor is looking at the x rays and I'm looking at the x rays. The chiropractor, I'll use chiropractor doctor interchangeably, was looking at me and he asked me, like, do you ever have any back pain? And I'm like, no, I don't. I never had any back pain and I don't get back pain. And so he's really surprised. Okay, so we're going to look at my before and my after. So this is my before, and this is after an I guess an extended period of getting manipulations and or adjustments. So here's the cervical spine, right? In the cervical spine, there should be vertebrae that is open. Well, mine wasn't open; it was closing up, fusing together. So in my after, you see, let's compare and contrast here. There's a difference. You can see elongation. You can even see I'm taller, right? You can see that there's some slight curvature. Here is straight up, no curve, just full of subluxation. And my body, my spine, rather, was degenerating. My organs weren't working at their highest capacity. You can see here in my before, I have all this curvature. This is scoliosis. Here in my after, we got rid of that scoliosis. I don't have all that curvature. Back is more straight up, right? You see here, it's kind of leaning back, kind of, and going more towards, because of the curvature, going more towards the stomach. So my lumbar, my thorax, All of that was not in alignment. A perfectly straight spine would be a 0 or a 1. I was at a 14. When I laid on the table, my legs normally, if you're in alignment, your legs would be like this together. But mine was like this because I was just totally out of alignment. So my pelvis was also twisted up. Didn't know, never had any symptoms, didn't know what was happening, didn't have the education, the chiropractor knowledge. Um, but of course, all of that changed, right? Because by going to the chiropractor, I became like a junior chiropractor. I learned so much about my own body and the chiropractic science, the spine, all of that. So I started off at 5'2" and 3/4". By the time we took this x-ray again, I was 5'3" and a half on my way to being 5'4". So this was really a huge transformation. And just to think, right? I didn't know that all of this was happening in the body. Excuse me, because I didn't feel anything and I didn't know. So my pelvis was all twisted up as well. So the first 6 weeks, my body is super sore. Like I was going to bed every day at like 8 o'clock because this was a soreness that was deep down in the nerve. This wasn't like soreness from exercise. This was something totally different. So no one told me to go to bed at 8 o'clock every day, but I had to because I was still getting up and going to work every day. And this was just, it was intense. So 3 months in, I started bleeding because now, all of these things are, I would say even before the 3 months in, these adjustments are starting to integrate. But 3 months in, I'm starting to bleed now. And so it was just a little bit of blood, right? So I was okay with that. But then once it became more blood, I was like, oh no, this not gonna work because now this is impacting me at work. Now this is also taking up my energy, right? So the doctor wanted me to just bleed it out. And I'm like, I can't do that. It's easier to tell somebody something, right? When it's not happening to you. So he was like, okay, well, he told me some herbs to get on and it stopped the bleeding. So, and also I want to add, the very first month of these adjustments, because my nasal passages and sinuses were opened up, my nose, I mean, I was like sniffing every day, or like it was feeling like I needed to blow my nose because the sinuses were being opened up. So, fast forward, okay, so now we're into the adjustments, like consistently getting them. So the doctor, he he's telling me like, "Oh, you're going to be taller. You're going to be taller." And I'm like, "I am?" And I'm like, "Okay, so I already know I'm finished growing here, so it must be me and my crooked gangster leaning spine going up, right? Straightening out instead of all of that curvature that you can see here in my before." So the chiropractor, he's measuring me like a parent, right? Like a parent would measure their child, like, oh, when you were 3, you mark it on the wall, you were this height. Oh, when you were 4, marking it on the wall. So the doctor was measuring me, and we were seeing rapid, phenomenal results. Like him and the manipulations, he doesn't like to credit himself. He would say it's me doing it, but or my body doing it, but it's both. So I'm watching myself, like through the measurements, I'm getting taller, right? Getting straightened out. He was getting me together. So, also, I mean, I learned so much, right? But the doctor, he also shared with me that, like, my clothes may fit differently. I may drop a couple pounds because now I'm going from the degenerating to now I'm straightened up, right? Spine and alignment. So I would say by the time we measured in again, I was probably, my spine went from a 14 to a 7. Now, I don't think we continue to measure that, but I'm pretty sure the numbers continue to go down. So I'm getting taller. My spine is no longer degenerating. My organs are working at their highest capacity. I don't have the this, anymore, because it was just like this. Like I would lay on the table, the leg would literally be like this. I never felt that. I didn't know. Didn't feel anything, never felt out of alignment, nothing. So there was a period of time too where I felt this draining down the back of my head, down my neck, down my back. And I'm like, doctor, what is this? Is this fluid? And he's like, no, it's just pressure being taken off the nerve. And I'm like, what? And I felt the difference, even though in my before I never even knew there was a pressure on a nerve, right? But with all of this subluxation and cervical spine closed up, I mean, it was it was holding a lot of tension, and bones is like stuck and not moving. Now, in my case, maybe the bones weren't so stuck because with the adjustments, I was able to get in alignment. And not everybody has the results that I have. And I understand that too. I think age can play a big factor in that. But at the chiropractor's office, because I had such phenomenal results, they put my testimony up in the chiropractor's office along with so many others who also had phenomenal results. So I would say, um, if you've never went to check on yourself, you've never been to the chiropractor, I would at least say just to empower yourself, just for the sake of knowing where you stand and having information, knowledge of self, knowledge of what's happening in the body. Go check on yourself. Nothing, there's no, there's nothing that's going to happen to you by finding out some information. Even if you don't do anything about it, at least you know where you stand. Because it's a lot of people around here running around here with a crooked spine and they don't know it. Organs not working at their highest capacity. Maybe they have these whatever ailments that could be healed holistically versus having to have a surgery or having to be on medicine. The doctor told me had I waited a season or two longer, I would have needed a surgery. And if you can help it, you do not want anyone doing a surgery on your back. So, one of my biggest takeaways from this transformative experience was that something could be happening in the body, and you think you're feeling good, you think everything is all good, and meanwhile, it wasn't. Not in my case. And I didn't feel it. Now, we know when we feel pain, we know something's wrong, right? But it could be something happening in the body and you don't feel it and you don't know it, and you may not find out until it's too late, or you need to have a surgery, or so. I would just say, empower yourself, go find out where you stand, and whatever you decide is whatever you decide, but empower yourself. Okay, so that's my story time. All right, so now we're going to talk numbers and stats. So let's talk e-learning stats here. E-learning is booming. In 2019, it was a $950 million industry. By 2023, it was 1 billion a day. And now in 2024, it's averaging 1.2 billion a day. So we're in September now of 2024. So that means every day of this year, it's been averaging $1.2 billion a day. That's profound. By 2027, it's projected to hit 3 billion a day. The question is, how can you take advantage of this growth? All right, so let's keep it moving here. So, creating digital products is great, right? But what if it doesn't lead to sales? It can take months to develop and launch, plus extensive marketing. But what if I told you there's a way to achieve time freedom and stay ahead of the curve with cutting edge advancements? Done for you programs offer a high potential for return on investment with a smaller initial commitment. These programs have already proven their worth, so you're tapping into a validated market demand. It's about working smarter, not harder. Imagine leveraging the expertise of industrial pros, done for you programs that are crafted by experts, enhancing your brand's credibility and attracting more customers. And the best part is you get to keep all the profits. No sharing. And there's nothing wrong with sharing, right? But just you and your hard earned income. So let's dream for a moment here. Would you consider quitting your job if you were consistently making 10K a month? And what if I told you there's more? Imagine having three streams of income generating $100, $300, and $600. Then this is daily. This isn't like weekly or monthly. This would be daily. The online world is vast with 5 billion people on social media waiting to connect with you. Okay, so let's get into some of the financial money moves and activities that's been happening in my community. So I'm going to read what Mel Makes Money has to say. What? Three upgraded from 100 to 800? So Mel had a $3,200 day. One, a $600 sale, and two times 100. I'm blown away every time. It's the best feeling in the world. All right, so thumbs up to Mel Makes Money. Kudos to you. People are making money out here. It's a lot of opportunity. The opportunity is vast. Okay, so I'm gonna read what Lizelle has to say. Officially a six-figure earner in dollars. I just hit my 100K in 7 months with this program. I'm in tears, shaking, overwhelmed with gratitude, and even more determined to show up for my perfect customer daily. I went from working a full-time business, averaging 1,000 a month after expenses, to over $1,000 days, working 2 hours a day with 100% profit. This is so surreal. I thank the Lord for answering my prayer. I thank you at Cecilia Jacobs for showing up when you did. I thank you at Michelle O'Neill for leading the way and sculpting me into a fierce leader who not only started believing in herself, but now helps others to believe in themselves too. What a new story of my life. Things I would tell my previous version of myself. Don't worry about what anyone thinks of you. They don't have your stress and your sleepless nights. You are the only one that can change your future. It only takes one to stand up and change an entire generation. I'm honored to be in the presence of great leaders and action takers. Thank you to everyone. All right. All right. Well, supercalifragilistic, expialidocious to Lizelle or Lizelle for becoming a six-figure earner. It's certainly possible out here. We don't have to stay stuck wherever you're at. There's always room for growth. Now, picture this: a fully automated sales process that runs independently with just 20 people subscribing daily and 1 out of 20 making a purchase. You could be looking at $600 a day. Automations create passive income streams that work for you 24/7. All right, so we're going to read what Heather has to say here because people are winning in this community. Over 5K. Okay, go Heather, hit another 900 today and put me over. Okay, I think she's trying to say 5K in less than 3 weeks. I can get used to this. I bet you can, Heather. Amazing. Keep up the good work. Are you excited to be part of a dynamic community that guides you from launch to profitability in 3 days? Imagine your online business going live, ready to bring in revenue while you focus on whatever matters most to you. Okay, so we have bonuses, which include Canva Crash Course, my $1 million in 17 months blueprint, and access to the digital growth community. And there's more bonuses. There's the 30-day market strategy growth plan, and also how to start an online business with MRR, as well as 200 digital product ideas. So we're giving you bonuses, we're giving you more ideas because the opportunities are vast out here. So if you're ready to learn more, let's dive in. Visit my funnel at www.dailypaygrowthautomation.com. And if you want to follow me on my socials, I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as Twitch. So thank you for tuning in today. This concludes my presentation. Have a fantastic day.